Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Fine. Okay, very good. Dear students, now is the session of economics. As usually, it happens every day at this time. In the previous session, I had started the new chapter, Consumers Demand. And in that very session, I had discussed about the meaning of demand and types of demand. Basically, demand refers to various quantities of a given commodity which a consumer is willing to buy at various possible prices over a given period of time. Already we have discussed. This demand is basically of the two types called individual demand and market demand. When we talk about individual demand, then it refers to the demand by an individual consumer. And when we talk about market demand, then it refers to demand by all consumers, demand for a commodity by all consumers in the market. Already we have discussed. Okay. So today we shall discuss demand function. Okay. Already I have told you that the demand for a consumer will be more or less, it depends on many factors. It depends on its price, it depends on prices of related goods, it depends on level of income, it depends on taste and preferences, it depends on demographic conditions. Okay, it depends on consumers' expectations also. Therefore we can say that demand for X is the function of Px, Pr, Y, T, D, E, etc., etc. These are the main factors which affect the demand for a commodity. Therefore these are called determinants of demand, or different factors affecting demand for a commodity. Okay, understood? Very good. Now let us define what is demand function. Already I have told you it is a functional or mathematical explanation of the relationship between the demand for a commodity and factors affecting it. So long as the relationship between demand for a commodity and other factors is concerned, it is important to keep other factors constant to establish the relationship between demand for a commodity and one of its determinants. As for example, if you relate the demand for a commodity to its price, then you will find that there is an inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and its demand in case of normal goods. Okay, in case of normal goods and in case of normal conditions, when price of a commodity rises, its demand falls, and when price of a commodity falls, its demand rises. Okay, this is called the law of demand. That is very popular law of microeconomics. Already we have seen, and we shall discuss it also in detail in the coming chapters and the topics. If you present this relationship between price and demand with the help of a graph, you will find the demand curve. And what about this demand curve? This demand curve will always sloping downward from left to right, or you can say it will have a negative slope showing inverse relationship between the price and demand. Okay, now let us discuss about the relationship between demand for a commodity and the level of income of the consumers. There are two types of goods which are called normal goods and inferior goods. In case of normal goods, there is positive income effect. That means when income rises, the demand for goods also rises, and when income falls, demand for goods also falls. That means you can say that there is a direct relationship between the level of income of a consumer and the demand for a commodity. And because of this direct relationship, if you draw its graph, then you will find that in relation to the level of income, the demand curve for normal goods is always moving in upward direction from left to right. Okay, so long as inferior goods are concerned, they have negative income effect. Just reverse to the normal goods. How? Let us see. When price of inferior goods rises, its demand also rises, and when price of inferior goods falls, its demand also falls. That means when income rises, the demand for inferior goods falls, and when income falls, demand for inferior goods rises. Okay, so if you correlate the level of income to the demand for a commodity, then you will find that there are two different types of relationship in case of normal goods and in case of inferior goods. In case of normal goods, there is a direct relationship between the demand for a commodity and level of income of a consumer. But in case of inferior goods, there is an inverse relationship between demand for a commodity and the level of income. Thus, the demand curve in case of normal goods, considering the income, keeping other factors constant, will be moving upward direction from left to right, or it will have positive slope. But in case of inferior goods, you will find that the demand curve for a commodity, for goods, is sloping downward, showing inverse relationship between the level of income and demand for such a commodity. Okay, dear students, it is important to know that in order to establish the relationship between demand for a commodity and any determinant, any factor affecting it, it is important to keep other factors constant. That is called ceteris paribus in microeconomics. If you want to establish, to know the relationship between the demand for a commodity and its price, then you will have to assume other factors like level of income, price of related goods, taste and preference, etc. remaining constant. And if you want to establish the relationship, to know the relationship between the demand for a commodity and level of income, then you will have to keep other factors such as its price, taste and preference, demographic conditions, etc. remaining constant. Okay, so in context of these two determinants, I have discussed the demand function, and with a hope that you will go through this topic in something detailed and better way from your textbook. And if you have any confusion, then must contact with me. Thank you very much. Till then.